Hello and welcome back to this best and worst travel gear series. Today we're talking all things travel toys and travel activities, from everything from babies to preschoolers and beyond. So let's jump into it. I've been traveling with my girls since they were babies, like 6-week-old babies. So I've learned a lot of what works and what doesn't work when it comes to travel activities for kiddos. While this is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all thing, it can definitely help you, especially if you're a parent that is freaked out about traveling with your little one for the first time. You have no idea what you're doing. This is going to give you a good idea of what to do, lower that stress level just a little bit, and point you in the direction of some ideas of activities for your little one so you can stay sane. I took a minute and divided out the activities into different groups. So we're gonna have 0 to 1 years old, 1 to 2 years old, 2 to 4 years old, and then 4+. Now, obviously, some of these toys, even though they may be in the 0 to 1 category, my 4-year-old still plays with them. So they can have a lot of lifespan. So I wouldn't skip through a section necessarily just because you think, oh, well, that's gonna be baby toys. My kid won't need that. Some of them have really good longevity and are a good investment of your money and will last over time. So with no further ado, let's get into the 0 to 1 category. To be perfectly honest, you don't need a lot of toys until your child hits probably around that 4 to 5 month range. And even then it's questionable if they're gonna really play with toys. I know it took mine a little bit to actually play with toys and like want to be interested in them. They were more interested in us than anything else. So take this with a grain of salt. I would say these are more maybe 6 months to 12 months, but you know, there are some babies that like to play early. So I'm just doing 0 to 1 years old. First thing is this little doll. They have so many different characters. I will try to link as many of the items I show as I can down below in the description box, but they have all sorts of characters. It will clip onto your car seat, your stroller. They make noise. They have little things that they can chew on. I cannot tell you how many times these things have been gummed. It was a very sweet time. But my girls absolutely loved these, and so we had quite a few of them in our collection. Another thing are these suction cup toys. So they can suction to a table in front of you. They can suction to the airplane window. They can do a lot of things. They spin, they pop, like this one, it rattles. So you can do different things. Like this one, it's the sun in the center of it spins. These kept my girls occupied for so long. There's a multi-pack of them. I don't have the other one. These are well loved, you guys. But there's like usually a 3 or 4 pack of them, and they're usually around $10. And honestly, it is the best $10 I've spent. I could still pull this out and my 2-year-old would love this. Like honestly, it has such a long lifespan. These have been great. This is another one. We were actually gifted this one by a family member, I believe, and then I found it online. It's usually around $20 for this one, but it does a lot. It squeaks. It has these, it has the mirror, and so it has different little activities, and then it shakes with the little beads in the center. So this one is pricier, but my girls, like this one was their absolute favorite out of all of them. Like they love them all, but this was their favorite. And then a little pop toy. My girls were so entertained by this. They wanted to chew on it and gum it, and just like it had a lot. Plus it's pretty small, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in the diaper bag. That's the thing I love about a lot of these is you're not like, when you have a baby, you have so many things. You have diapers and wipes and formula and bottles and potentially breast milk if you're pumping and taking stuff, and like there's a lot that goes into carrying a baby around, and unless you're just this really special person, your diaper bag's pretty packed and you don't have a lot of room for a lot of extra things. So I wanted to keep these pretty minimal as possible. These little sensory tubes, my little girls love these little, like even like 0 to 1, they love these, and they're just entertaining and fun to play with. These cups, you guys, these cups still go with us on basically every trip that we travel on. They love them. If you love pouring things, drip drop cups, things like that, these are actually little silicone ones, and they collapse down so they don't take up hardly any space. My girls will suction these to the tray table, to the window. We'll use them at the pool. We'll use them in the bathtub. Like, they have so many different uses. We put snacks in there. We put toys in there. We do a lot of things. We pretend we're having tea. Like, there are so many things that you can do with these cups, from when they're little and a baby, and then all the way up into, like, my almost 5-year-old is still loving these. So I have a feeling we're going to be carrying these on trips for quite some time, and these are heavily in our rotation still. So that's why I say don't skip a section just because your kid isn't that age, because you could still get some really good ideas from it. So just saying. This one, my little girls loved it. I know this is more an advanced pop toy, but I love that it can kind of hook onto the diaper bag. It does have that little clip on it, but even like 9 months to 12 months, play with this and love it. So it's another one of those, you could buy it early and it will work along with them for a while. So the biggest thing that I can suggest is do a little rotate. Don't have a set travel toy set and then take it on every single trip and it's the same thing every time. Variety is the spice of life, and especially when it comes to kids, so definitely take some multiples. And then last but not least are these little toys here. Now these are actually from the Dollar Tree, and I pick them up periodically because ours get mangled and messed up. So I like to have a new little set to pull out when I'm ready for them, but they're $1 or $1.25 or $1.10, whatever it is. I don't know. It's not the dollar store anymore. It's the dollar store, but it's not the dollar store, if you know what I mean. But these are awesome. They work great in the bathtub, and so bath time and away, this works really well, and like my girls enjoyed that thoroughly. So that is my 0 to 1 category. So let's move on to the 1 to 2 category, because there's a lot in this one. And yes, I do realize all of those were best, but we have some worsts coming. I promise, we have worsts coming. If you are enjoying this video so far, I would love it if you would click that red subscribe button, turn it from red to gray, and join my little internet family. My name is Ashley, and here on my channel, Pixie Dusted Mom, I share all kinds of tips, tricks, and hacks for taking toddlers and little kids to Disney, vacation planning tips, family travel tips, as well as vlogs from our adventures along the way. So if that is content that you're into, I would love it if you would click that red subscribe button, and let's get you confident and prepared to travel with your little one. Now back to the video. Now the name of the game when it comes to the 1 to 2 category is mess free. So when it comes to coloring products, I like to go with mess free, Color Wonder, things like that, or these painting books. These are just water paint, so you fill them up, they paint with water. Water can't damage hardly anything, not in that small of an amount. And then I like to do these Imagine Ink coloring things, because little ones at that age, they like to color on, well, basically everything. And these make sure you're not going to destroy the airplane, destroy your car, destroy the restaurant table that you're at, anything like that. So yeah, I would highly recommend these. I even still, with my girls being preschooler, toddler range, I don't like messy things. So like I have this bag of markers here that came with a little activity, and we kept the coloring book, and we used some regular crayons with them, but these markers are the death of anything that they touch. They do not come out. You can't wash them. There is not a stain product on the planet that gets most of these cheap markers out. So do yourself a favor. As soon as you open those, just send them straight to the trash can, or you'll wish you had later. So that is one of the things. These are the worst. So we're not doing those. I'm trashing that. Next thing in the list are these guys. They have a couple of different characters now on Amazon, but I love these so much, and the girls do too. So they have little suction paws, so you can suction them to tray tables, windows, anything like that, and they are the little sensory. So they're so fun. We dance and we boogie and we talk and like we do all kinds of things. And these little guys have been such a good investment. And a lot of these activities that I'm going to show you are very budget friendly. So you're not going to be spending an arm and a leg to have something for your kids to play with. So these are great. They also make the little sensory tubes, so you can do these. So that's really nice, like that. A couple of different versions. Another thing we love are these guys. Now I have 2 different sizes. I started out with these, and they have the little string. If you're gonna get these, get the ones with the string, or put your own string on it. Just put a string on it, because the pens are going to get lost unless you are just able to one-on-one keep up with your kids. Like, I am a mom of multiples. I have 2 little girls, a 2-year-old and a 4.5-year-old. And like we lost the pen like first trip we took it on. So I had to get another one with another pen, but needless to say, the ones with the strings are preferred. As a mom that just can't sit there and stare at your kid and make sure they don't lose the pen, like, you know what I mean? And then we also have a smaller set. Now these will actually fit down into like my little sling bag. I'll wear like a petunia pickle bottom sling if you're familiar with that, or a jumbo fanny pack from like Stony Clover, that size, or just a jumbo fanny pack in general. These will actually fit in them, and so they're perfect. They don't take up virtually any space, and they're really, really helpful. I need to add strings to these little travel ones. That's on my to-do list before our next trip, but they work awesome, and highly, highly recommend some form of these for your kiddos. Now this is another worst, and I regret this purchase, and I regret suggesting it as a travel toy. So I'm sorry if you bought this under my recommendation in the past. After extensive use, I have concluded that that information was bad information, so I apologize for that. Or at least for me, I regret the purchase. So you may have bought it and been like, "Well, this is great. I love that Ashley suggested that." And for me, I'm like, no. We have not taken it on a trip in a very long time. But it's this little dress-up mini puzzle, and it has so many pieces. And my complaint with this is I wish it was magnetized. That would be a little bit better. So if this was a magnet, they could pop it on and they're not gonna fall off. So unless you want to play pick up sticks with a puzzle and your child on an airplane, don't buy this, don't take this. In the car, it's not great either unless they have like a lap tray or something that they can play with it on. It's not great. So we use it at home, and that's about it. And even that, I've considered they don't play with it very often, even at home, so I may end up decluttering that one. So we're gonna put that in the, I'm probably gonna declutter it pile. Now, another one is this. These are great for the pool, for bath time, so these are really fun. And you can even play with the little characters. So it's some of the little fish from Nemo. We have more, but these are the only ones that I can find in my basket. I know we have more somewhere. There's like a bunch of others, but you've got Mr. Ray, and he's a little basket, and they can scoop them up. And this has been such a hit. My kids love it. And especially if you're going to Disney and like staying at the Art of Animation Resort, this is like the vibe, the perfect toy for you to take and play with it. I believe they actually sell it there at the gift shop, but it's cheaper online on Amazon. So go ahead and buy it before you go. But that's a great one. These little coloring packs are awesome. You can get like these at Target in the dollar spot, or I think the Dollar Tree also has them, but they have little crayons, just regular old crayons, not markers, so that's great. And then they also have a little sticker pack and a small coloring book, so those are wonderful. And then I've also been getting these, and I like them for the diaper bag. They're just basically a smaller version of that. You can get them at, I always get them at Walmart, and they're in the party section. I will link them down below if you like to online shop, but if you want to go in store, you can do the party section. Any theme of birthday party they have, so if you're like Jurassic Park or Spider-Man or Mickey Mouse or whatever, they usually have these little packs, and it's a mini coloring book. It has a single sticker and 2 little teeny tiny baby crayons in there. And so you can take those, pop them in your diaper bag. These are perfect for mealtime, for playing on the plane. If you're having to wait on your airplane, this is something small. You can get out, color, and play with it. And it's not expensive. If you need to, like, it can kind of be disposable. So after you've played with it for a little while, or if you've played with it at the restaurant and you got it dirty, you can just like throw it in the garbage. It's really easy, not expensive. It's like $4 or $5 for like a 10 pack. So you get quite a few for that money. Stickers. You can't go wrong with stickers. They're probably going to end up on you, but you can't go wrong with stickers. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, you can get them at the grocery store, you can get them on Amazon in bulk, like however you want to do that. Stickers are always a good go-to. Let's see, I've already showed the water paint. We have this one too from Paw Patrol. So they have lots of different versions of this. So whatever your kid's into, they're likely to have one of those. Now this one's a best and a worst for me. So this is great for travel in the car, and that is when I've recommended it too. These are not great for airplane travel. I don't recommend these for airplane travel. They don't have a spot for headphones. So if the flight attendants or those around you complain, you're not going to be able to use this toy. Chaos, as in a meltdown, may ensue from the child not being able to play with the toy that they really enjoy. because they're noisy. So if you have this on and it is playing.
We learn many things at school, like color crayons. Desk.
So like you can hear it. It's constantly talking. And so if you're needing them to be quiet, then this is not a good airplane travel toy. It's going to disturb the folks around you. Again, no headphone spot. The flight attendant may ask you to put it away because it's making noise, and because even for children, they want them to be wearing headphones, or at least any flight we've ever been on, they've been like, children also need headphones. So, you know, and I totally get that. People want a little bit of relaxation. They don't want to hear Mickey Mouse Clubhouse blasting while they're on their flight. So I get that. But when it comes to these, again, it's kind of it's a best for a car toy if you don't mind it. If you're a parent that gets annoyed by things talking all the time, or just that stresses you out, then maybe that's not a best toy for you. But it's a worst when it comes to travel on an airplane. So just leave it at home. And then last but not least, in the 1 to 2 category are these guys. And they are little suction toys. So you can get these in a little bundle. You can get them in like a 20 piece, 30 piece, 40 piece, 50 piece. Like you can do a lot with these. People will use them at home, but we love them for travel toys. These are awesome because you can suction them and build things on the back of the tray table, on the window, on the restaurant tables. You can do them in the bathtub, you can do them in the pool. Like you can play with these everywhere. Again, this is another one that has stood the test of time. My kids still love playing with these. So highly recommend getting a little bundle of these, and you can just throw them in, like, not in this large of a pouch for travel, but you can throw them in a little pouch and be able to take them along with you. They work great on virtually everywhere and have lasted well past 1 year old. So if you're looking for toys that have longevity, this is going to be one of those. Also, these little paint pens, I think they're amazing. I know some people have mixed feelings about them. Just make sure to fill it up before you get on the plane. You can do like a medicine dropper, or I don't have any problem getting the sink, like going to the sink and filling it up. It is what it is. So yeah, those are some awesome ones, but that's gonna do it for that category. So let's now move on to the 2 to 4s. So first up in the 2 to 4s are our holy grail of kids travel toy. So like these are the best ones we've ever purchased. And that's these little cameras. They are not expensive. They're usually around, you can get them for $20, maybe $30 tops. But they are awesome. They take real pictures, real videos. The quality is not great. You're not gonna get this cinematic video that's gonna be like Graham worthy or something, but your kids have so much fun. And it's also really cool to look through their pictures and see the ones that they've got. We have some with my almost 5-year-old where it's so cool to see her like measure and like look at the photo and like try to center things up. And she's just really, you can tell she's thinking through taking the photo. And it's so cool to watch their little brains work. I mean, she has pictures of characters where she'll take their picture. She has selfies with some of the characters. She has like pictures where she'll hand them the camera and Mickey Mouse is taking her picture. Like there's so many cute things that have happened with these. The big con with these is that they do slow you down because your kid wants to become a photographer and they want to take pictures of everything. They may see a little flower or of this or that they want to take a picture of. So there you go. But I don't find that a con. Sometimes we as adults need to slow down anyway. So that is one thing that we love. These are great. So I cannot recommend these enough. Again, link them down below. Next up is this little mini doll. So this one, you can dress her up. So she's pretty small. You can tell she's about the size of my hand. So not super huge, but she comes with all these little outfit pieces. I don't take the whole thing. So it comes in a set. I'll take like 2 dresses, 1 pair of shoes, and like 1 little crown or something like that. But I don't take a lot of pieces because that way it's not a lot to keep up with. We're not dropping a lot, things like that. But my girls love playing dress up with them and they will like talk to each other and play. I want to say they have a Mickey version. I will try to find it and link it if I can. I want to say they have a Mickey version, but these are just so cute. They love to dress up with them, and so those are super fun. Next up is this pop purse. This has been such a good investment, and they also have them in little boys sizes and styles. They have them in like sharks and all kinds of different stuff. So depending on what your little guy's into, you can do that too. They have a regular Mickey Mouse. They have different colors, so lots of that. But these are great for both traveling. Like I'll let my girls wear these as we're going through the airport, and that way they have a little bag to like play with. It pops so you can like play with the bag itself, but then we also will put little characters in it, little like things for them to play with, and then we'll have like a little car in there as well. So they can wear these, they can use them at the Disney parks. Like it's so fun, and they're really lightweight, they don't take up a lot of room, and if they get tired of carrying it, I can toss it in the diaper bag or backpack, and it's not a big deal. But for the most part, my girls absolutely love these, and cannot recommend having a little bag for them enough, especially something that's small. That way, if it is a test and they do get tired of it, then you can take it back and be like, okay, that just didn't work for us. And it's not this full grown like backpack that you've packed for them that they like, you're thinking, oh, well, they'll carry it. And no, they're not going to. So this is a really good kind of starting point. Love this one. Now this one, I really like it, but I was not expecting the weight that it is. Like you think, okay, that's thin, that's awesome, this could be good for travel, no mess. It's magnetic, but it's heavy. So just something to note, this is a great like car travel toy, but if you're like carrying a backpack around a lot, things like that, I don't know that this is going to be great for that, sadly. I was really disappointed because I was so excited about this, but it is a puzzle. So you can put it together like so, and then they have another one on the other side. So it's pretty cool. You can take that apart and kids can put it together. But again, it is like pretty decently heavy. So just something to note if you're looking at that. Next are these busy books. So we have a couple of different ones. This one is the smaller of the two, and it only has one page, and it has all these little things on the inside of it, which is so fun. My girls love these and love doing the little buckles and snaps and just doing all this stuff, twisting the clock. And so it's a lot of things that they can learn. It's like great preschool kind of stuff that they can learn how to use their like fine motor skills and like working on all that stuff. So these are awesome, and this one is definitely thinner. So as a mom of two, knowing that I have to pack two of these into like a diaper bag or my carry-on or something for them to be able to play with, I do like the thinner one. But we had, on our Disneyland trip, we used these. And these are a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, so they do take up a bit more room. They actually have multiple pages on the inside. So they have quite a few, but they have little Velcro things for counting there. And then they have the alphabet over here, colors, like you can do a lot. They've got shapes. And so lots in this one. This is actually their favorite one. They play with this even more than the other one. So this one's a big hit. It's great, again, for car travel, air travel. It is a little bulkier, but this they played with for a good 30+ minutes straight. And then we took a break and we had a snack, and then they wanted to play with it again, and they played with it for probably 15 to 20 more minutes on a single airplane ride. So I think this is a really good one. This one, I was trying to be different. I was trying to get something different, but it's kind of like that last busy book. It's a little bit thicker, and it's heavy and bulky, and it doesn't bend, and so it just takes up a lot of space. So it's a fun toy, and I love having this. I'll use it in my car, or we'll use it at home, but it's just not really a great airplane travel toy. So if you're looking for airplane travel toys, this is not it. It takes up a lot of space, and so yeah, it's a worst for me. And then the last thing in this category are tablets. So we have these. These are the Amazon Fire 8s. We also have the 7s. I prefer the 7s for travel, but they are in my car, and my husband has my girls today and they're out doing a daddy-daughter date. So I do not have those to show you, but we do have the 7s, and they're just slightly smaller. They don't take up as much room. If you are a mom of multiples, that is really handy. Or if you just like to be minimal with your diaper bag, the 7 is going to be a little bit of a better fit. They're all the same though. It's just literally the difference in sizing. These have been awesome. We enjoy it. We let our girls do screen time while we're traveling and from time to time. So obviously everybody has different opinions on that. If you have tablets, Bluetooth headphones. I love these. They link up really easily. They are toddler type, so they have a decimal maximum that they can go up to, so they're not going to be damaging on your child's ears. It was very important to my husband and I. We are into music, and he was like audio engineering major in college, so he's like, I don't want them damaging their ears. So that was very important. So we did some study and looked up about those, and these are awesome. So if you enjoy doing screen time with your kids and you know they're going to be flying with them, you'll definitely want to pick up a pair of these before. I love that they fold up pretty small, so that's awesome for them, and they're very comfortable. They stay on their head really well, so that's nice. And then when it comes to apps, because that's a big question I get, is what apps do your kids like? I found out recently that I can make a little Amazon list of the apps that we use. So I have made one of those for you guys to check out. I will have it linked below, and you can go on and download some of those apps for your kiddo's tablet. It is a variety of things. Like, my girls love it all, from the little counting learning games to Lucy is into this like nail painting game. Like, it's a Crayola nail painting. Like, it's probably, it's not learning. It's like not educational. It's not ideal screen time or anything like that for most people probably, but she loves it and it keeps her occupied. And so, you know what, when we're traveling, all that stuff just kind of goes right out the window. But she loves that. There's the little like pizza app. They do different things of like baking, and it's talking about like real recipes and like teaching them about cooking, which I think is pretty cool. So they do get a little bit of education in there for a little bit, but that is that. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you're getting ready to pack for a Disney World trip, I do lots of Disney pack with me's. I have a playlist right here. You can check them out. I have them for winter time. I have them for summer. We have all seasons, all types, carry-on, packing excessively. It's all gonna be right there. You can see more of my recommendations, and I will see you guys in that little playlist. Bye. Hey, into the video club. Thank you so much for being here. Watching all the way through means the world to me that you would take the time to do that. I love you guys so much. If you are still here, obviously you're watching this, you're still here, leave me a comment with a toy emoji. That way I can know that you're part of the secret club. Shh, don't tell anybody.